What's going on, y'all? Jensen here. I just wanted to do a quick little video about me tuning my 10-inch tom. I gotta tune a lot of drums today. I'm gonna be going recording on Friday at Ice Cream Factory Studios here in Austin, doing some new drum videos. I got a new death metal project I'm working on. Very stoked to share as much as I can about it when I can. I think I've already said everything I'm allowed to put into the internet, but I've got this 10-inch Bubinga tom here, and I'm gonna rehead this guy top and bottom. A little bit of maintenance. I just wanted to go through the process and exactly what it is that I do and how I tune my drums, and specifically a 10-inch tom. I notice 10s for some reason are a very divisive drum for people. 12s and 13s. 12 I think is a standard size, and 13s everyone says, oh, they're ringy. Well, they can be. But I just wanted to take a little bit of the mystification away from tuning smaller toms, even though 10 to me is not really that small. But yeah, just showing you what I do and how we get it done. So let's rock. Step number one, take the head off. Using a drill helps, and getting it off is the first thing you want to do safely, and making sure that everything is removed in a fashion that you're not doing any damage to your drum, which obviously the lugs and the tension rods aren't, when they're coming off, you can't over tension them, you can't do anything that's going to be hurting them too bad, but really it's also supporting your hoop and making sure that your, the rim of your drum is in the best health that it can be. And next step is bearing edges. All right, so I got both heads off. We have a beautiful, solid Bubinga shell here. One thing I do want to mention before we get to bearing edges is making sure that you tighten all of the screws inside of your hardware. It's one very easy thing to overlook, and no one wants to hear these rattly dudes, and the last thing you need when you're playing is to look in and see a screw or a washer or anything bouncing around in there, because not only is it going to be sounding funny, but it's quite distracting. And for me, a big part of this is knowing when I grab it, any of the lugs or any parts of this, it needs to be solid. And this wood being as dense and as loud and as resonant as it is, I want to be able to do as much justice and respect to everybody that put the love into this drum being created in the first place, and make sure when it's being recorded and being played that the life of it is best it can be. A lot of these guys inside are going to be Phillips head. I just took the little tool out of my skate tool, to be honest. It's quick and it's easy. I don't need that much tension on them. You do want to tighten them, but you don't want to over tighten them, because you don't want to put that much pressure on the shell that it cracks. But obviously you want to put enough tension on there so that none of your lugs come loose. All right, so I got everything tightened up inside of here. Everything's looking good, feeling good. Next step is taking a microfiber cloth, and you could use a regular hand towel. Hell, you could use a paper towel if you want. You don't need to do anything specific. Just, shop towels are my thing. Now, me being me, I don't know if it's taboo or what. When I clean my drums, I don't have a polish or anything that I use. This is a natural Bubinga wood, and all of these shells being painted, it's not a wrap. I'm sure there's a product I could be using, and I'm sure there's drum techs out there that are like, you're crazy, use this stuff. Please let me know, and especially let me know what you use. But I personally take a microfiber cloth and just give it some love, give it a good massage all the way around, and just make sure to get all the dust off, all the little fun bits and, things when you're playing your drums that your sticks decide to fray off, or who knows, maybe even something comes from one of your cymbals and whatnot. But it's just giving it a once over, making sure going all the way around, it's not dusty, it's not dirty. And finally, before you put your heads on, I give it a once around on the bearing edge. Now I'll take my finger and run my finger around and make sure that there's nothing that needs to be sanded. And this being a Bubinga shell, and also made by the amazing folks at ddrum, thank y'all so much. Of course, there's no imperfections. Everything is absolutely beautiful. And I know sometimes you can put a paraffin wax or something like that on your shells. Please, more power to you. Again, that's another thing I choose not to do. And I get it, that's a me thing, and you can hate on me for it and say, dude, what are you doing? I'm doing whatever I want. And this is the sound that I'm looking to get, the feel that I want out of it. And to me, this is how I like my drums to feel, tune, play, sound. And yeah, next let's put a reso head on. All right. So getting a reso head on here, I want to make sure the badges are lined up. I've got the drum upside down, our resonant head being on the bottom. I want to make sure it's on the right side of the drum. So badges are here, got the vent here, and resonant head today is good old faithful Ambassador Clear. Proudly working directly with Remo, and I love them. I love this head. I love the products that they have. So first and foremost, it's seating it, making sure it sits level, which it does. And I like to line up the badges, or I'm sorry, the crown with the badges. So I'm going to have it sitting here in the middle. And this is our bottom hoop. So get this guy sitting down here, pushing it on level. Get all the tension rods just vaguely threaded. And I mean vaguely, like I'm just starting them. I don't use a drill for this. I know a lot of guys drill to get it started. I'm good. It doesn't have that far to go. And to finger tighten it, it's pretty quick and pretty easy. If you're asking what is finger tight, it's a compound word, meaning it's as tight as your fingers can make it go. Congratulations, you learned something today. So there we are. Get everything in there. And this is a die cast tube, not a triple flange tube. So being a little bit more sturdy, you want to make sure to tune all of them accordingly, because a triple flange tube has a little bit more give, where a die cast tube, it's all, you can push down and have two of your tension rods being a little more loose. So I've got all of them as finger tight as I can. No tone. A little bit, not a lot going on. I don't press it in and do the seating thing. I trust the glue and Remo heads to do what they're supposed to. I also tune my heads a little higher than normal. So luckily Snare Weight have this cool rubber part on the bottom of their drum key. Also shout out to Snare Weight for having such a heavy, I can also get a lot of tension with this, but a magnetic drum key. Love it, love it, love it. It's the little things, right? So grab that, just go once around on each of them. I try to do a star pattern. This is a 6-lug drum, so there's not much of a star going on here, but you do the best you can. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's some sweet crackling in there. Okay, there we are, there we are. So again, getting all these as tensioned up as I can just by using this little duder here on the bottom. And as you tension one side, it's going to detension the other side. Ooh, this one's up and above. Okay, there we go. There we go. Come down a little bit, come down a little bit. Down a little bit. I can see it, I can see it, I can see it. Why are you starting with the resonant head? Well, I like to get this up, and kind of like when you tune your snare drum, you want to get more tension on the bottom head than you do on your top head. No, I'm not doing a crazy interval. I just want to hit the drum and make sure that the bottom head is higher than the batter head. So I'll start here. I like it, I like it. Let's go around while there's no bottom, or there's not another head on the other side of this drum, but it's sitting on the ground. This guy's got to come up. Let's actually back off of this one a little bit. For now, it's a good start. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm actually not even going to get it perfect until probably about 24 hours before I record, because I like to let them sit a little bit and then retouch them and then press the record button. Let's do the batter head. All right, so we got the tippity top over here. Gonna do once more round just to be safe, because now we put this down, right? It was touching the carpet. This is a dirty garage carpet after all, and we know after looking in, tightening all the screws and everything, there's no nonsense going on inside this shell. Don't have to worry about any dust or hair or any fun stuff that gets in there. Yes, I said hair, I'm covered in this stuff. So we want to put on our batter head, which for me, I'm actually using a new batter, and yes, clear top and bottom for me for recording, most resonance possible. You can always take resonance away, you can't add it, so I record clear. This is a P4, Power Stroke P4 clear. I like that it's got the ring on the inside. And I'm probably not going to put any dampening on the toms. If I do, it's going to be absolutely necessary. But yeah, I'm going to try something a little different. Normally it's Emperor Ambassador. So Emperor double ply clear, Ambassador single ply on the bottom. But I'm trying something new, trying something different. And especially shout out Roger and Chart. My dog, Chris Hart. Bro! They are the ones that talked me into trying a new head and specifically trying this P4. So I'm pretty stoked about it. They vouched for it. They said it's Gonna be my new favorite head, I believe the boys. So got our rim mount on here. It's gonna go under all these duders. So do one final go around inside of the hoop, because as we know, when we hit a drum, our sticks like to produce whatever sawdust and fun odds and ends. So if you just got done cleaning your hoop, cleaning your edge, cleaning your drum head, you do not want to just start with dirt. So put that guy on there. And again, just threading them. So it's not even finger tight. This is just putting them down there to make sure that there's some kind of communication. Yep. Another cool thing about having a magnetic weighted drum key is you can put it on and spin it. And not only will it not fall off, but it's going to do its job to make sure these guys are exactly where they need to be. And these guys being where they need to be, referring to the tension rods going into the lugs. I love drums. Okay, so we got these in here, looking good. Got these in here, looking good. There's a fussy one. You know, I'm probably gonna need a little extra attention. That's okay. A little extra attention to the tension. There we go. I'll go once around. Ooh. Ooh. And as I was saying about the die-cast hoops, okay, make sure there's no wrinkles. I'm gonna go around. Perfect. That's what we want. Not a lot of tension, so it sounds pretty bow. We're gonna tune up this top head. Also get out the wrinkles. With a batter head, it's going to be beaten. So we want to get all those out. There we have it. 10-inch tom, ready to rock. Got a good tone here. Ready to see exactly what it's going to sound like when we get in. But